Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today we're back playing Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. In the last episode we fully automated our ore production plant here, as well as our mob farm. Pretty cool, we don't have to really worry about running out of most of these resources, except for wood. I just noticed we're probably going to run out of wood, but today we aren't really going to worry too much about that. Instead, we're going to be doing something more interesting. I'm going to take a break from the technology and kind of talk about the magic options we have here. So we have kind of seen bits and bobs of the magic mods already. We've seen the Hellhounds from Witchery, as well as the Villager Guard Towers here. Those are also from Witchery. We've seen Botania, which is the mod that adds these mystical flowers that are all over the mining dimension. We've seen Thaumcraft in the form of the fire bats, the wisps. This amber here is also from Thaumcraft, as well as these shards. And a mod that I don't really think I've mentioned at all. I have found bits from Blood Magic, which I'm probably not going to get into, simply because it's a pretty gruesome mod, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not a bad mod, I'm just not a huge fan of it. Oh yeah, and then Mistcraft too. Yeah, what else do we have in terms of magic? We have Runic Dungeons, which is, well, a dungeon mod. I wouldn't exactly consider it a magic mod, though. We also have Twilight Forest, also a dimension-based mod like Runic Dungeons. Yeah, that's actually it, right? That's gotta be it. I'm thinking we should do Botania, because Botania has that ring of magnetization. It's fairly simple. It's also a little slow, but you know, it's still a good mod. We'll do this one just so I can get the Sojourner Sash and the ring of magnetization. And we have Ender Pearls. Now it requires Ender Pearls. So for Botania, oh, there's something else I wanted to. Something I forgot that exists in extra utilities. There's something called the Bag of Holding. It's not super cheap, but it is a pretty nice item. So this is a portable storage unit that is, instead of a single chest like the backpacks, it's actually a double chest. So there we go. I would recommend getting this as soon as possible. It's pretty useful. Yeah, Botania. We need to get a couple of things for it. So we have all these mystical flowers here. I am going to go to the mining dimension to get the rest of them. But what we want to make a flower pouch. So this will store the flowers for us. So we're going to do that. And so the flower pouch allows us to collect flowers. So we can put them in here and not have to worry about any issues here. And all it automatically picks them up. So if we drop these flowers here, we'll pick them up, and they go into the flower pouch here. Unless you're holding the flower pouch. If you're holding the flower pouch with your hand, it will not go into the pouch. So let's see here. I think we have the book. Yes, we do. The Lexica Botania. Just so you know, if you ever do decide to get into Botania, there's a bunch of anime references in it. Some of the stuff is a little confusing to me because I personally don't watch anime or anything. Believe it or not, quite a few mods that have anime references in them. Even Extra Utilities does. Collect the flowers. It's gonna be a while. There are 16 flowers. 16 flowers in this mod. The big ones, these ones require shears to collect. They don't go into the flower pouch, but they do give you 4 petals instead of just 2. So what do we need? We need to get our hands on gray, light gray, white, orange, purple, blue, brown, red, and black. Okay, so we're back at the base, and let's start doing some Botania stuff. So the book here is gonna be your guide to figuring out how to use this mod. So we're gonna need something called the Petal Apothecary. It's what's gonna be used to make flowers. Also, we're gonna need water. I just realized we need water. I think we'll make our little Botania area, I guess, over here with the Ender Lilies. So, Petal Apothecary, is it just cobblestone? Do we have cobblestone slabs? Yes, we do. We actually have cobblestone slabs. No idea when I made those. Get one of these. We can use any petal we want. There we go. So we have Petal Apothecary. And the very first flower we want is the Pure Daisy. It just requires 4 white petals. And, oh yeah, seeds. That's something you're going to need a lot of, is seeds. We don't have that much. I thought we would have more. Can we make seeds out of wheat? Yes, we can. I do need more food, though, so let me go harvest the wheat real quick. Gotta do some light gardening right now. Okay, so while our bread cooks, we can get our white daisies out, our white mystical flowers. So what we need to do is we need to fill this area with water. I'm gonna make a little thing like that. It's like a bird bath. So let's fill this around here. You don't have to fill it like this. You can just have a water source is all. We're gonna put that in there, and then we got our flowers here. And all you want to do is just drop them into the apothecary here. All we have to do is drop the seeds inside, and we got our pure daisy. And we can place this wherever we want. All we want to do now is place it down. And this thing will purify some material for us. Is it wood or is it logs? Okay. So this is probably a good time to also build like a tree farm because you're going to require logs. You're also going to require stone. So we just have to place them around there and then just let it do its thing. We'll make another one. Okay, going like there. Get another daisy. I'm going to put it right here, and then we're going to put stone around it. Yeah, and then these will just take their sweet time and eventually finish. Like so. As you can see, we have our living wood now. And we need this stuff. This is going to be like used early on, because we need to get our, essentially a wrench. It's called the Wand of the Forest. You can make it out of any petal you want, and you can do a whole bunch of different petal combinations and stuff. So it's a pretty customizable little device here. But that's essentially the wrench of Botania. Oh, and our living rock has been created. So we're probably gonna have to make some form of tree farm now. Well, no, we don't have to. Never mind, I'm dumb. We are in a forest. So time to bring out the lumber axe, the old lumber axe, and time to go deforest once again. Well, this is also a great time to do so because I do have to expand the base a little bit. I do have a idea for a new base, or like an upgrade to the chunk base we're currently in. I'm thinking putting the farm on like a roof, so it'd be like a rooftop garden. Okay, now that we have our wood here, I'm gonna make another 2 of these pure daisies, so we have more. Some more. No! I hit the Windows key. I gotta figure out how to activate Winlock on this keyboard here. So get 4 of these. Now, there's a cool little feature here. If you right-click it with an empty hand, you can use the last recipe. And we're gonna put one in here. We'll move them. We'll move them. Put them here then. So that should be fine then. Grass block. Enderman's spawning with a grass block or something. I guess it's best not to think about it. Yeah, then I don't know what to do with all these saplings. I guess I could burn them. Okay, we got more of this stuff here. I think we're good with the wood and stone for now. So we want to make now, we need to make mana. So we need to make a mana pool. Very simple. And then we also need to make a mana spreader, which like that. So we have a mana spreader, a mana pool, and then we need flowers to make the mana. So what we can make now is we can make day blooms and nightshades. Day blooms and nightshades are very slow. As soon as we can get mana powder, we can then get something called an endo flame, which uses burnable furnace fuels as a mana producer. We don't have orange flowers. We don't have orange flowers. Where did our orange flowers go? Well, what do you know? We didn't have any orange flowers, and we need them. I guess back to the mining dimension. Another thing that these day blooms and nightshades do is they die. Just stop working, turn into dead bushes, and that's it. They're one of the few flowers that do have a lifespan. I don't know if there's other ones, but these are the ones I know that have a lifespan. We need a place to put our mana generation. So I'm going to put the pool. The pool will go here, and the mana spreader will go here. And then we need to just right-click this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then we can grab our bucket. What was that I think we needed? Oh, another yellow. There we go. Okay, we got 1 day bloom. Now we gotta make another. There we go. So we got 2 day blooms. I'm gonna move this torch here. And then we can place them down like so. Then we can link them. Sometimes they automatically link, like this one here, but we're just gonna link them anyway. And this is gonna take its sweet time, and it's gonna take forever, so might as well make some more. Oh, you hear that? We got some mana. So what we need to do, in order to get better mana production, is we need to get mana powder. Which we can get right now. Hooray! So we need one of these guys. So 2 browns, a red, and a light gray. This one uses furnace fuel instead of using sunlight like these day blooms do. If we can maybe wait a little bit, we could probably we'll get another one. So we could do 2 of them. We get 2 out of the gate. So this, and then this and this. Yeah, should be it. There we go, and then another one. There we go. So then endo flames, we put one here, we put one here. So I like to use, well, I personally like to use charcoal for these, but we can just feed them full-size coal blocks, and they'll eat them, and then produce a bunch of mana. So what exactly can we do with mana? Well, we are going to be making a ring of magnetization. So we're gonna need 9 iron, so 1 block, and then a piece of gold, a piece of glass. Is it mana glass or just normal glass? It's a glass pane or a glass block. We'll use glass pane. Okay, so then we take these over to here, and let's see how many we can make. Oh, we can make all of them. Okay. Grab mana lens. Oh, grab our mana lens. Grab our magnetization lens, and there we go. So this thing will not work out of the gate. It can't go in the bobble slot though. What? I'm a little confused here. I thought this thing required mana. I guess it doesn't require mana. Okay, so then this thing is way more powerful than I thought. So this will just pick up items from a distance. I think you can hold shift to prevent them from coming towards you. Let me see, if I put this here, hold shift. Yeah, if you hold shift, items will not be absorbed. We also want to get the Sojourner's Sash, but that requires runes, and runes are crafted in the Rune Crafter thing. What is it called again? The Runic Altar. So we need a Runic Altar, and because it requires a Mana Pearl or living rock. Something else we're gonna need too is we also need another mana spreader, because we need to get the mana out of this guy here and into the altar here. And there we go. So then that is connected to this pool here. So what do we need for a rune of earth? Mushroom, coal block, mana steel, and mana dust. Well, I'm not too sure if I have any mushrooms. 1 mushroom of each type. I do have bones, so I can grow these. I'm pretty sure I can grow these. Let me see. We'll do a red mushroom. Oh, that's right. Can't grow them here. Mycelium. Can we make mycelium? Alchemical chemistry set. Wasn't there a mycelium seed? Yes, infestation spore. Yeah, okay. So this is the mushroom one. So we'll have to sacrifice one of our mushrooms. Who's used more in recipes? Unfortunately, our red mushroom is not used as much. Okay, so we got this infestation spore. I'm gonna place. Can we place it on grass? There we go. Plant a mushroom, and it's spreading. Oh no! I didn't expect that. We're gonna have to clean this up after we grow more mushrooms. It's fine. If it spreads, it's fine. Not like we need dirt anyway. Drop these onto the altar here. I think that's all we need. I'm gonna do that. Then we'll just automatically start doing it. And then we put one of these on there, and then right click it with the, there we go. And then that, and then we'll start. So we now need to make our Sojourner's Sash. So we grab that. And then that goes like that. And then one of these. There we go. Sojourner's Sash. For this one, I know for a fact we need a mana tablet. Yeah, this thing here. So another mana pearl. And then this thing we can actually convert a mana tablet into a band of mana. Mana tablet. Which we can fill with mana if we set this thing to... Yeah, if we set it to output, drop this guy in there. And that will give us a minuscule amount of mana. We can attach our Sojourner's Sash to us. And this should allow us to move faster and also jump higher. And we can step up blocks without having to jump. Oh yeah, we should probably get drawers. And there we go. So this is where our petals will go. There we go. So there's our petals. I'm going to make a mortar and pestle. If I remember correctly, this is the recipe for it. I think that... There it is, yeah. So now we can convert these into some floral fertilizer with the bone meal. There we go. So we got more floral fertilizer. And so what does floral fertilizer do exactly? Well, so we can place them down and then we can just grow them. Wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so floral fertilizer allows us to just grow mystical flowers by right-clicking them on grass here. Yeah, I want to make a mana ring here. Go, and then I drop these in there, and then make a mana ring. Oh, ate all that mana. The recipe did not transfer the mana over to the new mana ring. So yeah, drain your mana rings if you're gonna upgrade them. Yeah, so that's like the basics of Botania. Not much else to say about it. Let me move some stuff. There we go. So that still works. Base decoration. Are we out of wood? No, we have wood. So obsidian chisel should be the best one. Yeah, I think should be good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be changing all of this cobblestone here, or at least what we could see, to a different type of cobblestone, a different little design here. So we're gonna get a bunch of this stuff here. Well, actually, we don't actually have to do that. I just remembered we just need one. I'm going to go for cobblestone brick. And what's cool about the chisel is if you have a block already inside of it, all we have to do is punch a block of the same type. Of course, the chisel also has a different mode. So column, let's see what column was. Column is upwards. So we'll do the column then. Okay, so, base customization is done, for now. Put that stuff in the inventory and move on to something else. So, I wonder if we should try our hands at Thaumcraft. I mean, it's an interesting mod, one I'm very, nostalgic for, so I guess we'll start it. I do need one very specific thing, though. I need to get my hands on some ink. We can use the flour powder, right? We don't have to use actual ink. We could use charcoal dust. I think we have a bunch of that. Yeah, we actually do. I need a bottle. I'm gonna get 2 of these. Oh, I need feathers. Ah! So Thaumcraft. It's a pretty, in-depth mod. Probably one of the most in-depth magic mods in the pack. So all we have to do is make our little research table here. And we get these little elements here. We also need to get something called a wand. We need a wand. So we're going to make 2 iron caps. And then one of these. And then I think you're supposed to make another table. Yeah, that we can put right here. There we go. So then we get a arcane work table. We're going to need this. We do need this thermometer here. Thermometer. Okay, so these are kind of the basic stuff you need to do Thaumcraft. That and a bunch of paper. That too. You need a bunch of paper as well. So the whole premise of the mod is to scan things and get research points out of here. But you're supposed to basically scan stuff with the thermometer here. There's an add-on in here that allows us to scan things in the inventory, so we don't have to like drop stuff. But before we scan stuff, we need to know some aspects here. So I know most of the aspects off the top of my head. Right, we have life there. We have ice. We got light. We got vacuum. Life and water. Motion. Trap. Life and order. Oh man, what was brain? Here. There's brain. This is owl or senses. Oh, I know this one. Death and motion. Death and motion is a zombie. There's a zombie one. Of course, when we get the basics, we could just scan items. We don't have to like do this. We need beast, which is life and motion. That's right. Life and motion is beast, and then beast and brain is man. Man and order is tool. I think it's tool and earth is armor. Tool and fire is weapon. I think man and tool is craft. Man and earth, I think was one. Man and earth is mine. Yeah. I know. Energy and void. Magic. And then energy and chaos. Energy and air. Or magic and energy. Magic and air's aura. Okay. I still don't know what that one is. I mean, I think that's a good start. So if we scan the ground here, we get plant. We scan the cobblestone here. Oh, that's not available for us. Where's chest is tree and void. Oh, I need metal. Metal is crystal. We need crystal. Order and earth, I think. Yeah, and then earth and crystal is metal. So then we should be able to scan some of the metal stuff here. Void. Oh, greed. We need greed. Man and void is hunger, I think. Let's see. Man and void. It's nothing. I think it's life and void. Life and void is hunger. Man and hunger is greed. There we go. And then that should allow us to scan the gold here. Yeah. Scan the crafting bench. Scan the diamond chest. Also, mobs have aspects too, so there's also that. Water has aspects to it. Okay, as it begins to eat up everything. Yeah, this is the very grindy part of Thaumcraft. Alright, so now that we've scanned most of the things in the base, we need to get some research done. If you're going to do Thaumcraft, definitely recommend getting a sugarcane farm, because you're going to need a lot of paper. So that's all we have, our sugarcane farm out here that we built like episode 2. I didn't expect to get into Thaumcraft this early though, so what you need in your inventory is you need paper and scribing tools. So we can go in here and we can look for research to do. So we have these flashing ones. These are research that we haven't done yet. All we have to do is click on it, and we've not yet gained the information. There is some research, one of these ones here. This one just requires us to have aspects in the research table to unlock it, right? Once I unlock it, we can just access it here, and we can just make this right away. The other ones require us to use these research notes, which, by the way, these do go into Bibliocraft bookshelves. So if you need to wait on finishing a research note, you can just store it in a bookshelf and call it a day. We're going to do research, research expertise. We're going to start with this, right? So this is kind of the puzzle, kind of the mini game of Thaumcraft. You have to link these aspects together with these aspects here. So we have to do the brain one, the owl one, and the order one here. It's pretty simple. All we have to do is select an aspect that links to the aspect that's already here. Like, for instance, brain, we have fire, and then sense, we have air here. And then we could take something like light here, which has which is made out of the two, and connect these two. So we could do kind of a weird roundabout way of getting to this. We could do void, chaos, and then use exchange. Once it's completed, we get this scroll here that we can right click, and we get our research expertise. So then you have something like this. See how this is forbidden knowledge? Basically is it's not great, because it slowly but surely will corrupt you. Like, there's a mechanic in the game called, is it flux? Is it flux? What is it called? What was it called? Warp is what it's called. Warp. Now, warp can be obtained in multiple ways, and one of the ways, that's probably the easiest way to obtain it, is to do forbidden knowledge. A little bit of warp is not super bad, but when you start getting more and more warp, you're gonna be in a world of hurt, because random status effects, there's monsters that will attack you if you have a lot of warp. But we're gonna take research mastery here. Another light. There we go. So when you get these forbidden knowledges, you'll hear a horrific noise. Now, normally on the right side of the screen, it'll tell you you gained warp. But because we have all this clutter here on the side here that has to go through, we don't see that. Node tapping. Before we do nodes, I need to get the goggles of revealing here. There we go. Goggles of revealing. And you may notice we have these requirements here. These are from the wand that's here, right? But we don't have any of those. We don't have this. This is not charged at all. So we have to go find some nodes. Going to the mining dimension and searching for nodes, because nodes spawn very frequently in the mining dimension. Throughout the series, you may have noticed these little white particles here, right? I don't think I've ever shown them. These are nodes, and they spawn all over the world. If you have watched the first episode of the series, you would have known of the node that's eating the village near my house. That is one of these here. Those are not easy to scan, and it probably shouldn't. But nodes here, they spawn all around the world, and they usually contain several types of aspects here. So, for instance, we got air and chaos. So all we have to do is just point our wand at it and just start collecting it. You want to be careful that you don't drain these. If you drain them 100%, I think they go unstable. So just be careful of that. And right now we can only see them with the thermometer. But when we get the goggles of revealing, we can see them at all times. Nodes even spawn in the nether. Okay, we're gonna head to the nether and see what kind of nodes we can find. If we can find any for that. Pigman just went through. Well, we'll scan one anyway. Oh, we have a node right here. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, we're done. I'm not gonna try anymore. Great. Now we're supposed to find some water. I wonder if it's. No, screw it. No. Oh, zombie. Oh, this was a cool village too. This one had like that lake. One had that lake entry. I couldn't have stopped it. I don't even know how to stop one of those. This one is a. Please be water. Yes, we got order, water, and air, so that's good. Okay, that should be enough for my goggles. Yeah, so go there, and there, and there we go. Get our goggles of revealing. Yay! And I just realized we need another thermometer. We got our goggles of revealing, and like I said, these will show the aura nodes all the time, as well as give us a discount on the crafting. As you see, we can see our node on the map, or not on the map, we can see the node right here. That's kind of the basics of this mod. It actually has a lot of compatibility with stuff. Like this one here is Railcraft's compatibility. You get thaumium crowbars. This here is from the mod Magic Bees. This is an add-on for forestry. So we get like thaumium like nets and stuff. There's even one for applied energistics. Yeah, you know that text storage mod has absolutely nothing to do with magic. We should probably talk about the Crucible. So the Crucible needs a fire source, and we're gonna use niter because it, doesn't light everything on fire. This is a very important part of Thaumcraft. You get this, we plant it somewhere. Put it over here. Let's put it right here. We need to expand our base out a little bit. I think I said that last video, but we're not doing that. We're doing Thaumcraft. And so what we want to do is we want to take our wand here and right-click this cauldron. It turns it into a crucible. This will be upgraded in the future, but for now we have to do this. So we give it a bucket of water. That's about it. So let's actually do something. Let's transmutate some metals, okay? Let's make some iron nuggets like the book says, right? Well, we need 2 metal and 1 iron. So how do we get this metal here? Well, gold is worth 1 metal. So we can take these 2 nuggets here, drop them into the... Get burned by the cauldron. By the way, it does burn you. We have to get our 2 gold nuggets, and we can drop them in here. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Goggles of revealing, we can look at the cauldron here. It shows we have 2 metal in here. And we can just drop this iron nugget in here, and we get 3. And all that metal is it's gone. I know that's kind of wasteful, but that is for demonstration purposes. What happens if I put way too much in there? And we put our nugget in there. We have 1. So we'll break down into basic components, and there we go. Right there. It'll turn into a flux cloud, and that's pollution. This is not the worst of it. The worst of it is if you put way too many items in, it'll begin to spill out flux all over it. So the liquid flux starts showing up, and that stuff's really nasty. You don't want to do that because it'll start corrupting your area, and I think turns your will turn the surrounding area into a tainted biome, which we haven't actually run into yet. If I'm looking at the map here, yeah, this is like kind of a false one here. That's not quite. That's a Mystic Grove. Yeah, that's Thaumcraft. That's kind of the basics of Thaumcraft. So I think we had the research for it. Is it the Umbral Rose? Umbral Rose, yes. We need to find a rose bush, though. This one's handy because this thing will make black dye for us. Yeah, but we need a rose bush. Yeah, we may have to get into something else for that. So we either have to go track down a rose bush, or we start combining mods. And I'm thinking the combining mods thing is what we're going to do here. Our good old friend Botania may actually save us today. Because I really want this Umbral Rose bush. It's really useful to have. We even have lilac from collecting earlier. It's really useful. Okay, so we made our alchemical catalyst. This thing you place underneath your mana pool. As you can see, we have a little cool texture in there. And this will allow us to convert things into other things, like this rose bush here. Okay, rose bush. 8 and then 5. Oh, we only have 5 of those. Right? 8 of these. 8 of these. Oh, yeah, 8 of these. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of flux left over. And there we go. We got our Umbral Rose bush, and we got so much flux left over. Oh man, that's gonna be a big plume. Hopefully not leak. But yeah, Umbral Rosebush. Umbral Rosebush. This thing will just kind of sit here and it should start spawning Umbral Roses. Not exactly sure when it'll start spawning them, but it does eventually spawn them. Oh, there we go. We got a rose. Cool. So then these we can just convert into dye, and then we can just place our scribing tools in here. So we'll put the Umbral Rosebush somewhere. Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna. Oh, oh, that's not good. We can get rid of this quite easily by just placing blocks down and stuff. But yeah, this is flux. If we walk through it, we get flux flow. That is a lot of armor. We should probably be going through all of it. Not to mention a lot of bees. So let me just make some filing cabinets for them. Will we get into bees in this playthrough? Maybe. Drones will go into here. Queens will go into here. There. But the armor. Armor is going to be a troubling thing. But yeah, yeah, this is also troubling. We can just clean this up like so. Just have to do that, and like that cleans it up, but it's gonna get worse. I do think we need to make a larger magic area so we can free up this area for other things. I would say we go northwards, and then here we'll just take this. That's what we'll do. There we go. So now we have our larger area here. I'm going to put Botania here. So I want to kind of have it split in half. So we'll have the mana spreaders here and here for our 2 mana pools. That goes here. This goes here, right? And then this one will go here into our runic altar. This one to here, this one to here, this one to here, this one to here. We will make more endo flames spreading out in all directions. As for the petal apothecary, I'm gonna put it here. A little less water because we don't need to surround it completely in water, but we are gonna have it still surrounded in water. Pure daisy manufacturing needs to go somewhere. Put it over here. We'll make more. We'll make another four pure daisies. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. Botania has been moved, and Thaumcraft will find another place for it. So I'm going to plant the umbral rosebush here. And I think that will be a good place to end this video. We made some pretty good progress today. We started Botania and Thaumcraft and expanded the base out quite a bit. We got some nifty gadgets. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.